X, Nietzsche, um, Durgoda, Comms, Lamb Slave, Black Rabbit. Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. Mm. Um, oh, hello. So sorry. My voice may be a little rough because I made the mistake of going outside. Shouldn't have done that. If you are anywhere in Canada or United States or anywhere in the world, really, forest fires. Forest fires are not our friends. It is wacky. It looks from here where we are. We don't have it as bad as some other places do. It looks like twilight with a glowing orange sunset starting. That's how it looks all day. This morning, all the way through, glowing orange color. It is bad. Jeff says, same in Massachusetts. Sorry, I missed that. Same in Massachusetts. Smells like campfire. Yes. It is not as bad here as yesterday. I was in Peterborough, which is about 35 minutes away. And they had like, I don't know why, but they had like a real, like it was really heavy there. And it smelled like, yeah, I felt like when I got home, I felt like, I think I smell like campfire. Um, Lamb Slave says the sky looks dingy. The sky looks like it's setting like the sun, but it's not, just the way it is. No more blue skies today. Yes, but the UV index is high. So be careful out there because the UV index is still high. It's still light out, right? Like we can still see. It's not dark, pitch dark. Thank God. Um, so the UV index is high, so be very careful. Black Rabbit says Cambridge was so heavy. I'm sure you guys are even closer than we are to it. Hi, Pickles. How are you? So welcome in, everybody. Welcome. So I'm just going to have a little bit of a hoarse voice. I grabbed 2 boxes of ephemera. And I have, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes that we need to go through. You're in the Niagara region, so a little bit farther south. Welland. I love Welland. It's so pretty there. Like that's St. Niagara, Welland, St. Catharines. So yeah, my dad's friend's family, her family was from that area, and they had like big, big, big orchards. Like they're rich in orchards, but they're also like heavy, big families, heavy in the church, Catholic. So bishops and cardinals and stuff. Oh my. Um, okay. I don't know why I just mentioned that. I don't know. Strange. I don't know. Brain is farting out, so I'm just random facts. Let's just say random facts nobody needs to know. It is lovely and so much fresh produce. I do love. I used to go there in the summer just to get like peaches, fresh peaches. You're Catholic? Yeah. So okay, we're gonna have a little story. I converted to Catholicism. And one of the reasons I converted to Catholicism was when I was a kid. Mrs. Walford was my parents' friend, and she was like, she came from the Catholic family from that area, and she actually gave me my first rosary, um, even though I wasn't Catholic then. She gave me my first rosary when I was a kid, and uh, she was a different lady. She grew up very rich, and then she married this farmer from Scarborough, who actually there was a farm back then. Um, and So she went from rich to struggling. And so her mindset after that was very, very, to be very, very careful with money. She did marry for love. They met. She was a teacher. She was much older than him. But she lived way past him. She was a teacher at the Ontario Agricultural College, and he went there as a young man to learn at the agricultural college, because you would send your boys to the agricultural college so that they could learn. So that's where they met. It was she, she dated one of her students, but they got married. And one of the promises that he made to her father was, even though he wasn't going to convert, um, he would always make sure that she got to mass on Sunday. So they lived down the street, and even when he would come to the farm out here, he would always drive back Sunday morning very early to pick her up and drive her literally down like less than 500 meters down the street on Morningside. Anyone who's been in Scarborough, St. Martin de Porres, Morningside in Lawrence, she she they lived on Morningside. Um, she could have taken a taxi. She could have even have walked, but he would drive all the way from ever on a Sunday morning. He would drive all the way. You're from Welland? Look at that. I love that. Hi, Sandra. How are you? So her funeral, when she finally passed away, her funeral, um, it was her nephew, the bishop, Shank, I think is the last name, something like that. Her nephew, the bishop, who became a cardinal, but he was a bishop back then. Her nephew, the bishop, did the service at St. Martin de Porres, and we went to it. And it was the first time I'd ever been in a Catholic church. Like, I had a very sheltered life, so it was the first time I'd been in a Catholic church. This was 1983 or so, and she had a whole bunch of nieces who were nuns. So she had all these nieces who were nuns, and then and they were all lined up in one row. All the different. There was one who was like a more modern, and then that's your year of birth. Okay, so this is when she died. So they were at the front, and he started to do the eulogy. So he did the whole thing. So I got to learn how to stand up, sit down, kneel, stand up, sit down. It's a great exercise, I must say. Every Sunday, go to Catholic church. You'll get some good exercising. And then we got to the eulogy, and he started telling a story about how at one time she lost the diamond in her ring. The stone had started to come loose, but she was too cheap, because this was she was famous for being cheap. She was too cheap to go to the jeweler to get it fixed, so she kept leaving it, putting it off, and the diamond fell out. And she couldn't find the diamond. She looked everywhere for the diamond, and she couldn't find it. She didn't know where she'd lost it. The diamond was just gone, and she was very upset. So she prayed to Saint Anthony. Saint Anthony, please, if you give me my diamond back, I will give you 25 cents. And he kept going on. If you give me $1, I'll give you $1 if you donate it to the church. Please, Saint Anthony, I will. And she managed to get up to a whole $10. Because he stretched it out. I'm not going to stretch it out for you, but it was a really funny joke. So everyone was laughing through the entire thing. And then he said, Saint Anthony, she said, Saint Anthony, please, I'll give you $10 whole if you find my diamond. And that night she went to make a salad, and she opened up the lettuce, and the diamond fell out. Well, my mother and I had gone shopping with her. We would take her shopping, and she was so picky about the fruits and vegetables that she would take. Like, okay, it's her money, I get it, but it was like over the top, right? Like over examining every single head of lettuce until you decide on the one you want. And so that's what she did with this lettuce, is she clearly had been examining it, and her diamond fell out into the head of lettuce, and she didn't discover it until she had opened up the salad. Fortunately, she didn't swallow it. So lo and behold, she found her diamond. Hurrah, Saint Anthony. And then he said, I wonder if Saint Anthony ever got his money. And the place went nuts. Like, everyone was just dying of laughter. My mom especially, because she had been helping out Mrs. Walford all this time. And that was my first introduction to a Catholic service of any kind. And I was like, yes, good that the diamond was in the lettuce that she bought. Well, she'd clearly examined it closely. But yeah, the place went nuts, and I was like, that's it. I want to be Catholic. This is fun. We laughed a lot. This was really fun. So and he became a cardinal, so he deserves it, because he clearly did good eulogies. So there you go. There's my Catholic story. Okay. So the question for all of you is, I'm going to do some books that I ran earlier today. I'm going to run again, because there's book people in now. Some of you've been in before. And I'm also going to, then, I did have a good religious experience with that. And then you can decide, do you want me to dig through an ephemera box, or do you want me to dig through a book box? It's up to you. Up to you. All right, I'm going to start with these. They're like coffee table books. So I probably shouldn't start with them. Let's start with the lighter stuff. Duh. Don't start with the heavy stuff, Kim. You should know that by now. Okay, let's start with this one that I showed earlier today. It's from 1885. It is going to be medium weight. So hang on, let me scroll all the way down to this. Hello. Oh, dear Lord. I'm going to have to do it on my phone. Sorry, everyone. Oh, there it is. Finally. The Wi-Fi on this, I think it's because it's getting too hot. The Wi-Fi has been really slow on the computer that's in front of me. Okay, so this is from 1885. This is The Family Friend. This was a book that was kind of like a magazine. There's this awesome Cadbury's cocoa as a medicine ad on the back. I'm not going to open it all the way up because I'm going to be very careful because this is from 1885. But this was kind of like a magazine for the whole entire family. So there's music that you could sing and learn and play in here. There's poems, there's stories. There's like a whole serial about the Hollisters and what's going on with the Hollisters in 1885. There's sewing and needlepoint patterns in here. There is so much. It is absolutely gorgeous. 1885. Look at some of these. It's just absolutely gorgeous. 1885. And I started this earlier for $11, so I will do it again for $11. Let's do this. Okay, and we'll give this 15 seconds. So 1885. 1885. It's not in perfect condition, but it's from 1885. So what do you expect? And look, there's like at the back here, we were flipping through it earlier today, and it has a children's dress pattern that I absolutely love, actually. Okay. Next up from earlier today, Pitbull Sue, how are you? Whoops daisies. This is Early Canadian Glass, a guide to early Canadian glass. Let's run that for medium book. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Little squirrel, hello, how are you? Welcome in, everybody. Hello, all my friends. So this is from, like, I think it was 1968, somewhere around there that this was written. This is about early American Canadian pressed glass. Hello again. Welcome in, everybody. Early Canadian pressed glass. All right, let's move on. Next up we have, I'm just going to double check the weight on this one. Nope, we're good. This is a complete book of needlepoint patterns. It was a shop copy, which means that this was in a like yarn and needlepoint store. At some point, there's some really cool letter patterns in here. There's all kinds of different patterns. So there's a wide range of patterns. And as you can see, there's all these different needlepoint patterns that you could learn and do. So if you really love to create, you're going to probably love this book. And running now. Oh, it's already hot in this room. It's just going to get warmer. I think that's the reason why my Wi-Fi isn't doing so well on that. Also, I have to figure out how to switch my Wi-Fi adapter from 2.4 gigahertz to 5 gigahertz, or I'm going to have to buy a new Wi-Fi adapter. What else do we have here? We have Stokes' Nature Guide to Bird Behavior from World's Biggest Bookstore. Who in Toronto remembers World's Biggest Bookstore? I used to love going there. Is it still around? I hope it's still around. 1979, this was printed. Bird behavior, all you need to know about bird behavior. This is going to be a small book. And I'm just going to move that down to 10 seconds. Bird behavior. Every once in a while, I'll stop and do some reading, but I don't think you need me to read you all about bird behavior. Um, I don't know. Maybe it is. I doubt it, but you're right. You never know. Okay, Coins of Canada from 1988. This has pictures and guides to all the unique coins to look out for if you want to start coin collecting. This has got all the coins of Canada, starting in an historical outline. So starting Canadian decimal coinage from 1858 to 1988. Pre-Confederation coins, the whole 9 yards. It's in here. All right, running that now. Coins of Canada, a great little. I mean, the price list. Forget about that. Forget about it. But the information about the different coins is extremely helpful. I love using those. Okay, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these pretty epic but heavy, so bear with me, coffee table type books. Holy jumping. Oh, this is over 3.5 pounds. So that will be 2, 3. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. Come on. Yes. So this one is the landscape in art from 3000 BC to today. Printed in, I'm just waiting for my computer to wake up. Printed in 1979. 1979? Oh, English translation copyright 1980. So 1980. So this is art history from 2000 BC, landscape art history, I should say, 2000 BC to 1980. So we can go back in time. I'm going backwards, so we get to go back in time. Doodaloo, 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 doodaloo. Some of these are so pretty. I'd love to frame them. Okay, so landscape art, and we're going to run that for $2. Landscape art from 3000 BC to 1980. His art history. All right. Oh, need a place to put this. Next up, in a sleeve, I love sleeved ones, is La Toscana. La Toscana. Let's look at the cover without. Ooh, it's kind of La Toscana. El Cinema. And according to Abe Books, only copy on Abe Books was $30 US at that point when she looked it up in July of 2007, the person who owned this. So this is from La Toscana in Cinema. This is in Italian. 1994. And this was given out by Banca Toscana. So Toscana Bank they must have been sponsoring something to do with Italian cinema. So this is all La Toscana on Il Cinema. I don't know. I don't speak Italian. No speak of the Italian. Okay. Running now. And it does come with its yeah, I think they probably sponsored like a kind of like one of our film festivals. They probably sponsor a film festival back in the day. This is from 1994. All right. Down you go. Okay. Oh, oops, that goes down here. Oh, did you hear that? Okay, Shaker, Life, Work, and Art. I'm going to read the blurb. The Shakers were 19th century America's largest and best known communal utopian society. By 1840, nearly 6,000 celibate brothers and sisters lived and worked in 18 communities from Maine to Kentucky. Kind of hard to grow the community, isn't it? The Shakers were famous for their unusual way of life, for the excellence and simplicity of their work, and for the dance worship that gave them their name. For more than 200 years, the Shakers pursued their unique way of life based on principles of equality and communalism. Today, only a handful are left, but the Shaker legacy will live on in the creations they left behind and in Shaker Life, Work, and Art, the first comprehensive full-color book on this remarkable society. Oh, I just thought of Shaker as like style. I didn't think of Shaker as a whole society. I should have. Duh. So you get, if you're into that kind of Shaker style, if you're like into farmcore, guess what? You're into Shaker. Yeah, Shaker furniture, Shaker, but this is all about the Shaker community, which was actually sounds like it was a very communal culture. Huh. I want to learn more now. I want to learn more now. Okay. McKim, Mead, and White Architects. Ooh. During its existence, the firm of McKim, Mead, and White received over 945 commissions for private houses, public buildings, industrial towns, and housing. Renowned in its time, the architecture of McKim, Mead, and White fell into disfavor with the advent of international modernism. So this is a comprehensive study of the lives of the work of the three partners: Charles Follen McKim, 1847 to 1909, William Rutherford Mead, 1846 to 1928, and Stanford White, 1853 to 1906. All right. Ooh. Okay, so if you're into architecture, yeah, I agree with you, Combs. I don't think I'd be interested. Hard pass for me. Okay. And this was printed in, drumroll, 1983. 1983. There they are right there. So if you know someone who's into architecture, well, that's a good question. I wonder how many other buildings are still up. That's a good question. All right. That's running now for $2. Really interesting book about an architecture firm. I assume they're US based. Foundation, fledglings, new firm. They did everything. But then modernism came and they were out. Once modernism, oh no, this one, hello. If someone wants me to run this, I will run this, but I'm going to tell you how much it's going to weigh. This is 7 pounds. So this is going to have to be in 4 to 7 pounds. This will be in the 7 pound category. You got your cat package. Yay! That is so fast. That is so fast. I'm so happy. Nick dropped that off like first thing. Wait. It's Tuesday. Nick dropped that off this morning. Maybe, or maybe I dropped that off. Maybe it got dropped off yesterday. Now I think it was this morning. That's insane, Allie. That's crazy. Okay, so is it Tuesday? Oh, it's Wednesday. I forgot I skipped Tuesday. It's Wednesday, so it took a day. That's pretty good. Okay, so if someone wants me to run this, I will do a special listing for it. It's European glass from 1500 to 1800, but it's 7 pounds. So, it's a good doorstop right now. Holy cow. I respect the book. Okay, this is Paulus Potter. Now, this is in German. This is actually in German. Amazon, I know, Amazon Prime. I might actually beat them. Paulus Potter, who was a gorgeous artist who did the most amazing art. Look at this. I don't even know what's going on there with that kid. So, and look at the animals. Look at that. Does that not look real? It's amazing. Okay, so anyways, Paulus Potter, extra large book. It's in German. It's in German, but the pictures are not in German because the pictures are pictures. So, pictures are pictures. If you really like the prints, you could always frame them. He's a pretty amazing artist. Okay, all right. So, do I grab a book? That's number one. A book box is number one choice. Number two is ephemera. One or two, your choice. You guys decide. I'm seeing two ones. Two ones. So that means we go grab a book box. Hang on. We grab a book box. 3 ones. Okay, we definitely grab a book box. Oh, gosh. It's a little sticky in here. Okay. Ooh, oh. I didn't plan ahead. Did not plan ahead for this. Hang on. I'm just going to move the box closer. That works. Move that box closer. Move all the rest of this stuff in here. All right. Oh. Okay. All right. Book box. Here we go. Medium. We can go down to medium. Pin. All right. Hopefully I am connected. Oh, there we go. Okay. Back we go. Alt tab. There we are. All right. Behold the shining mountains. Behold the travels of Anthony Henday from 1754 to 1755 by Mr. McGregor. This is an Alberta Jubilee Special Edition. So this was published in 1954. It was a republication in 1954 for Alberta's Jubilee. Angie, hello. I will grab your stuff in a second. Yes, no worries. What time will you be doing that? I'll do them right after this box. I will go and grab your books. So probably half an hour, if that works for you. Behold the Shining Mountains. So this is a reprint of an account of the travels of Anthony Henday. Perfect. 1754 to 1955, the first white man to enter Alberta. Now, this was published in 1954, so and there is a prologue here. Dedicated to Alberta, land of magnificent hillsides, glorious valleys, and of freedom and opportunity. Freedom and opportunity. Route followed by Anthony Henday. So Anthony Henday started in La Pas. He started in York, in the Fort York, and then he went to La Pas, in Winnipeg, and then he traveled down to Humboldt, then Saskatoon, then over to North Battleford, Wainwright. Then he went into Alberta, Wainwright, Shetler, Blackfoot Camp, and Red Deer, and then up towards Edmonton, and then he went back north, and then along the North Saskatchewan River back to North Battleford, then Prince Albert. It shows it right here. So this is the account of his travels, the first white man to be in Alberta, supposedly. So this is Alberta history. And where are we here? Pin. Hopefully that's going to work. Yes, good. All right. I'm running that now for $2. Behold the Shining Mountains. 1954. It's just going to take its time to run. There we go. Finally. There's illustrations in here. Channel push timeout. Okay. Nope, it's still running on this side, so we're good. Okay. That's that book. We also have Fabrics by Anne Landbury. This was published in 1979 and 1985. This revised edition first published in 1985. Okay, so this is all you ever needed to know about different types of fabrics and weaves and which to use for what, if you're sewing, which to use for what necessity. So choosing fabrics for clothes and furnishings, can be a tricky and costly business. Will they wear well or shrink, fray, or stretch? Will they drape and hang effectively? Are they shower or flame proof? Are they easy to sew and handle? Are they washable or to be dry cleaned? Anne Landbury, the leading writer on home sewing, provides all the answers in this practical, straightforward book. So, if you're into sewing, this is probably the book for you. And it will run in a second when it finally decides to run. There we go. It is running now. Fabrics, and it has all the details about all the different types of fabrics and what works best for whatever project you're working on. All right, next up we have, oh, look how cute this is. The Natural History of Mammals, 3rd edition. The Natural History of Animals. This book has been donated to the Eaton Conservation Resource Library. Ooh, and then it was a discard. So this is a library discard from the Eaton Conservation Resource Library of the Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters in Peterborough. So this is the Natural History of Mammals, published in 1964. 3rd edition, 1964. The Natural History of Mammals. There's all kinds of cool pictures in here. I loved it. And I love the cover. Okay. I'm partial to the cover. We'll run that one now for $2. Natural History of Mammals. Run it on here then. 10 seconds. It's definitely the heat is affecting my computer's Wi-Fi. All right, no worries. What else do we have in here? All Things Considered by Patricia Stone. This was published by North Shore Series. Patricia A. Stone's first collection of stories, Close Calls, appeared in 1991, and her second collection, Through Any Window, in 1996. She has published stories in literary journals for many years. She holds an MA in English Literature and an MA in Creative Writing, and for 30 years taught creative writing, Canadian literature, and communications at a community college. So this is All Things Considered, 1st edition, and I just saw, oh, Dearest Julie and Basil, to our long years of great friendship, love, Patty. So she signed it, Patty. Patricia, she signed it for friends, and this is it, All Things Considered. Her work is that rare kind of epiphany. Let me just double check the weight. I think it's medium. Yeah. Her work is that rare kind of epiphany. It's going to do it again. That yes, to the moment in which she captures the nuance, the emotion, and the exact dust mote in the light of her extraordinary skill. The dust mote in her light of her extraordinary skill. I've never heard anything described that way. Pictou Parade. Anybody grew up or from Pictou or have family from Pictou? Look at that. There's the ferry. I think. Is that the ferry? Looks like the ferry. Nope. It's the harbor. Pictou Parade. It was owned by someone in 1946 in Toronto. I love this kind of stuff. Copyright 1945. This is the old town. So this has got pictures and information about Pictou, Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia. Oops, I keep skipping the pictures. There we go. Oh, that's a handsome young lad. So Pictou Parade, Nova Scotia history. We'll run that one now for 10 seconds. Running. Just gonna hit refresh on that. All right, thank you for looking at that one. And what else do we have in here? Close to the Charisma in My Years Between the Press and Pierre Elliott Trudeau. Okay, we're just going to run that one fast and furious. Pierre Elliott Trudeau, Prime Minister ages ago. This was his press secretary, I believe, for a period of time, not for his entire career, not for his entire career as Prime Minister. The Long March by R.A. Hopkins. I'm going to go pretty fast through this box, just so you know. There we go. Looks like we're back in business here. There we go. Medium book. So this one is dedicated to Winston Davies, Secretary Treasurer of Ontario Public School Men's Teachers Federation. This is the Long March. This is the history of the Ontario Public School Men's Teachers Federation. 1969. This is the first impression and probably the last. 1969. The history of the Ontario, so specific, the Ontario Teachers Federation men's, the men of the Teachers Federation. All right. Hopefully that's going to run. There we go. That is running now. The history of the Men's Teachers Federation of Ontario. I like the cover, though. The cover's really cool. The cover's very 60s, isn't it? Kind of like it. All right. Why Shoot the Teacher by Mark Braithwaite. Okay. Do I want to know? Penny Bell owned this at one point. Why Shoot the Teacher? Mark Braithwaite, 1969, printed and bound in Canada. Is that 69? 65. Not sure what this is about. Blow, blow, thou winter wind, thou art not so kind as man's ingratitude. Thy tooth is not so keen because it is not seen, although thy breath be rude. All right. Run that one quickly. Comes, hello, bitty boop, beep, bitty boop, bop. That's running now. Let's see what else we have in here. We have some lighter weight stuff coming up. Old books are interesting. They are indeed. Oh, there we go. It is running now. Why Shoot the Teacher is what it's called. It's kind of, I bet you the cover was pretty cool. The jacket, I mean. Okay, Suspense. Ooh. A Fleetway magazine from 1961. Suspense. Brian Cleave's long, complete story of a beautiful girl and a deadly feud, plus 12 other brilliant news stories by Berkeley Mather, Hugh Pentecost, Robert Sheckley, Patrick Wynne, yada, yada, yada. And this was published in March 1961. Look at that. World Digest. There's the back. Suspense. So if you like true crime, suspense and drama and that kind of stuff, you're gonna love this. Yes. So let's see. Wilkes was visibly startled. No, he said. He knows what he's doing. I wish, though, they would hurry and tell us to send that general. We need one. Don't you think so, Ned? Ooh, it sounds very dramatic. Okay, I'm frozen on that phone, so, there it is, finally. Burpity boop, 10 seconds. Nope. Maybe it's running. If it's running, then it won't let me run on here. There we go. All right, now it's running. Suspense, Vendetta, and 12 other stories from 1961. Awesome crime drama. Suspense. All right, and then we have Josephine Bell, an original mystery from Bellatine, Death at the Medical Board. Which mask hid a cold-blooded killer? I love this cover. I love, love, love this cover. Let's see. What year is this? 1964. First Ballantine printing, 1964. I'm going to read the blurb. Will it let me run? No. The talented Josephine Bell started a twin career as doctor and author In 1954, Miss Bell retired from medical practice to devote her full time to writing. Since then, she has built an enviable reputation in both sides of the Atlantic. Here are some comments about her from her American admirers. Anyways, you don't need to hear about that. This is a medical murder mystery. Death at the Medical Board. 1960s pulp fiction. All right, thank you for looking at her. She's going to go back in her little package here. Marcia Mueller, Both Ends of the Night. Well, let me start. Yes, there we go. A Desperate Letter, A Disappearance, and a Friend's Fiery Death. P.I. Sharon McCoy's Long Night is Just Beginning. Another mystery one. Oh, I love these Harlequin romance. The Case of the Ebony Queen. What year is this? I love these ones. The Case of the Ebony Queen. 1959. 1959 Harlequin romance. The Case of the Ebony Queen. Let me see if it'll let me on here. No, let's run it on here then. All right. The Case of the Ebony Queen. A Harlequin romance from early Harlequin romance. All right, back it goes in its package for another day. What else do we have? We have Charlotte Armstrong, The Balloon Man from Library of Crime Classics. This will be a medium. And we'll run that one now. Unhappy families. Divorce can bring out the killer instinct. Ooh. When Cheryl Renard walked out on her husband, Ward, in a drugged rage, seriously injuring when he seriously injured their son. Not she did that. She didn't do that. And then here's another one from her called Bewitched. The Witch's House. Two professors go missing from their California university, dissatisfied with the efforts of the police. The devoted wife of one and the neurotic daughter of the other conduct their own investigation. Joining them is a suave young man who, unknown to the other searchers, is a killer. He has his reasons. Bum, bum, bum. Source Records of the Great War, Volume 3, 1945. So the Second War. Second World War. This binding design is an authorized facsimile of the original art binding on the official British copy of the Versailles Peace Treaty, which was signed by George V and deposited in the archives of the British government. How cool is that? I mean, this cover is amazing. Please note, there is starting to be some cracking of the binding. Ooh, look at that. Ship going down. Sinking of the Lusitania. That was a big controversy. A comprehensible and readable source record of the world's Great War, emphasizing the more important events, presenting these as complete narratives in the actual words of the chief officials and most eminent leaders. Non-partisan, non-sectional, non-secretarian. This is for the First World War. Copyright 1923 National Alumni. Why does it say 1945? It doesn't. It says AD 1915. Okay, so this is for the 1915 part of the First World War. My brain is fogging out already. There are pictures in here. You just can't see them. There's a few. There's one flash by. Gorgeous cover. This is going to be a media. It does mention the sinking of the Lusitania, which happened in 1915. So First World War, source material, source records, that is running now. Printed in 1923. This is volume 3. It's very cool. Okay. Down there you go. Halfway Up Parnassus, a personal account of the University of Toronto from 1932 to 1971. It's very specific. All right. Halfway Up Parnassus is a personal account of the University of Toronto with particular emphasis on the period when Dr. Bissell was its president. Oh, did it run? It says channel push timeout. Did it run? I think it ran. If it didn't and you want me to run it, scream. Okay. How much does this weigh? Holy cow. This is 4 pounds. Ugh. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. It's all right. I will show it to you. Art at auction. The year at, what does that say? The year at Sotheby Park Burnett, 1974 to 1975. So this is basically a book of all of the art that Sotheby's sold from in 1974, 1975. All the art is in here. And they did a lot. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, hard goods are art. Rugs are art. Jewelry is art. Ceramic is art. Pottery is art. It is all art. And that is going to run now. Yola-san, thank you so much for hanging out in my shows. And it's not letting me run it. Wait. 10. All right. Going to run that for 10 seconds. Running now. 1974-75 Sotheby's are all the art that they sold. Look, there's even bongos in there. Bongo drums. How cool is that? Okay. We're almost there. We have 2 British foreign policy books. Super specific. For all my history buffs who probably aren't in the room right now. And that's okay. Not everybody can love history. All right. So, documents on British foreign policy from 1919 to 1939. That's right. European Affairs. This was published in, Crown copyright and everything. This was published by their own government in 1949. The first chapter covers the first stage of Lord Runciman's negotiations and goes on from there. So 1919 to 1939. Why is this not pinned? It's taking forever. All right, gonna run it from here. There we go. 10 seconds running now. Documents on British foreign policy from 1919 to 1939. All right, and then just to, whet your appetite for the joy of British foreign policy, we also have History of the Second World War, British Foreign Policy in the Second World War, Volume 4. God, could you imagine? I mean, all of this is important. 1975, this was printed by the government. And we're going to start that for 10 seconds. No, it's not. I know, Volume 4. And that's probably not the last volume. There was a lot of material. This was published in the 70s. So who only knows? Angie, thank you so much. That's coming to you. Is it going to print for me? It's not printing. So I will do it myself. Yeah, or obviously having a problem with the interwebs. I'm just frozen. And this is why counting on technology is not good for your soul. Okay, hang on. Sold. It's a great grab. It's awesome. Sasu, hello, how are you? Please hold. Someone will be with you shortly. I'm just going to write it on a piece of paper like in the olden days. Because my system, because my internet is forking up on my because it's too hot in this room. Angie. Thank you so much, Angie. Now, I have to go grab a box of books. So what I need all of you to do while I'm grabbing this box of books is, can you all do me a favor and share your shows and tell us where you're from while I'm doing that. I will return. Champagne and lollipops, hello. I'm going to take this box here and I will return with another box of books. I shall return. We're gonna do another box of books, a special box of books. Hi, Loki. You wanna go say hi to the people? Loki, you stay there. Loki, stay. Good dog, Loki. Okie dokie. Got it. Oh, sorry, everyone. Nearly killed myself there. Whew. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Shadowy Cat. Hello, everyone. All right, here we go. So, we are going to, hopefully, I can get this interwebs to wake up. It is not currently doing so. I'm going to switch to the other one. Okay. Hi, Donna. All right. It's really hot in here, so I have a feeling that's why the computer is not doing well. So this box of books, I'm still, well, this is a new me on. This is a new me, not the morning me. This is the evening me. This box is all recovery books. Just so you know. It's all related to recovery. So let me see if switching, pin. Okay. So let's start. Yeah, I did have a little break. I did work during that break, but I had a little break. Messaged with some people, chatted with Melody about fashion, or I should call it Friday. Okay, so this is the 50 years of the history of AA in Ontario. It even comes with a vintage Durham region newcomers pamphlet. And this talks about all the history of Alcoholics Anonymous in Ontario. It's a very specific book. I won't be running these for $2 because these are part of my own collection that I've decided I need to get rid of, but we're going to start this for $4. So just $4, not too much higher than my discount price, and that is running now. And there's no obligation. It's only the ones he's interested in. And Angie, I should say, 50 years of the history of AA in Ontario. Oh, hey, it's woken up. Thank you, Angie. All right, that's one. Woo. All right, that's one. Oh, hey, son. Hello, son. How are you? So those all of these I've picked up at events. I have a black belt in Al-Anon. This is going to be a medium, so I'm going to pin that. Okay, The Joys of Being Sober. This is not I don't think this is an AA publication. A book for recovering alcoholics and those that love them. This is this was owned by these guys. This was published in 1984. Published simultaneously in Canada by Beaver Brooks. So this one is, so not a, whatever they call themselves, World Service Organization approved. For every recovering alcoholic who fears that a life of sobriety will be empty and difficult, the joy of being sober leads the way to feeling great and living the good life without alcohol. This practical handbook offers advice and insight into the new horizons that await the recovering alcoholic, married or single, enjoying sex, reestablishing the marriage, and getting to know the kids are all part of this new life, in addition to finding new hobbies and exercising. At a time when financial stability is important, this book provides essential information on how to establish job security, a credit rating, and business credibility, as well as how to keep insurance rates from skyrocketing. The joy of being sober also explains how to handle the pressures of society and the cocktail party circuit, where all but the recovering alcoholic have drinks in their hands. Encouraging and inspirational, this book is the long-awaited practical answer to a lifelong commitment to sobriety, the recovering alcoholic's final step toward a happy, healthy life. So this one is also medium, and that's going to run for $4. And oh, by the way, son, she's going to have coupons up top. Ask her if it's okay to use the coupons up. She'll have coupons up in this little egg thing that's up top, or a crown thing that you can redeem. All right, this one's running now. Not World Service Organization approved. Joy of living sober. That one is running now. All right, where am I going to put this? Here. Adult children of alcoholics. Yep, no worries. I can rerun. Just say rerun. If there's something I missed, you can just say rerun. I'll talk about this one while you're doing that. 1983, this was published by Health Communications, Inc., so not approved by Al-Anon. This one is for adult children of alcoholics, and has information about, for example, what happened to you as a child, what is happening to you now, breaking the cycle, and really important, what about your own children. This will be a small, and we're going to run that one for $4. So this is a nice thin read, not too much in there. Adult Children of Alcoholics is running now. All right, and let me know if you want me to add anything else or rerun anything. You just say which one you want. This is the 4th edition Big Book. For anyone who doesn't have a copy of the Big Book, this one was given to somebody as probably to encourage them to keep coming back. So there's suggestions of which to read. There's little personal notes and everything. And then I guess this person didn't make it, or decided on a different way of being sober. This is the 27th printing in 2011 of the Big Book. So this is the 4th edition of the Big Book. I don't think they've come out with a 5th edition. We call it the Big Book. It's called the Big Book. There's the cover. It's actually quite a pretty cover. And there's the jacket. Okay, so 4th edition. This I will run under medium for just $2. The Big Book, 4th edition, and I love the little notes and everything that are in here. What people have said is quite sweet. Thank you so much. That one's coming to you. Do you want me to rerun any of the other things? Just say why for yes, and I can rerun them if there's anything you want rerun. Let's bring this closer. There we go. Okay, no worries. Living with Sobriety, Another Beginning. This is World Service Organization approved, WSO approved. This is from Al-Anon. Al-Anon Family Group Headquarters, 1990. Living with Sobriety. This helps the family member understand the changes of the sobriety and what the person is going through, and how they can work on themselves at the same time. It doesn't blame I think this is the key thing. It doesn't blame the person who's sober. Your mom needs this one. So yeah, this one we'll run that right now. $2. Another Beginnings. The and if there's an Al-Anon, and if you have kids, Alateen helped a lot for all the kids, because there's no secret. My husband is a recovering alcoholic. We don't drink in our house. And my first husband is now a recovering alcoholic, thank goodness. Speaking of Al-Anon, which is the family and friends of alcoholics, Al-Anon, the 12 and 12. This is the 12 steps and the 12 traditions of Al-Anon. It's very similar. There's a lot of similarities to AA's 12 steps and 12 traditions, but this is the Al-Anon version, slightly different. One of the things that I always say in shows about, like, if you come into one of my chat shows, I'll say, take what you like and leave the rest. That comes from an Al-Anon meeting. I stole it from an Al-Anon meeting. I thought it was brilliant. Take what you like and leave the rest. 1981 is the publication date for the 12 and 12. And we will put that under medium book, and that'll run for just $4. And that is running now. So even if you don't go to an Al-Anon meeting, you can read through the 12 steps of Al-Anon to understand how to just concentrate on yourself. The person who's recovering, they'll figure it out themselves. They either will or they won't. It's not gonna matter what you do. They either will or they won't. This is Paths to Recovery, Al-Anon Steps, Traditions, and Concepts. I do have a lot of Al-Anon stuff. This is from 1997. Yeah, this will still be fine in medium. And that's running now. Paths to Recovery, Al-Anon Steps, Traditions, and Concepts. Thank you so much. I'm glad that's coming to you as well. These are great books. These are awesome. These are my only copies. Anytime I went somewhere and there was one of these books, this is One Day at a Time in Al-Anon. It's basically, so let's see, what's today? Somebody has underlined it. Today is the 15th. July 15th. Let's see what July 15th says for us, friends. July 21st, July 18th, July 16th. Here we go. Complacency is an enemy, easy to recognize in others, but difficult to admit in ourselves. It is rarely listed among the human faults, the major human faults, yet it can hinder us in every form of personal growth. Complacency simply means being sure we're right, taking it for granted that our view couldn't possibly be wrong. It means judging others by what we think is right. It blocks out understanding and kindness and justifies qualities in ourselves that we wouldn't find tolerable in others. Smug complacency is often at the root of family dissension. And then today's reminder is, let me not be quite so sure that my thinking is always correct. Let me begin by being a little critical of my iron resolution to have things my way. I will keep my ears and my mind open to the ideas of others, even when they don't square with mine. Then I'll be opening the door to growth. And the prayer is, my serenity does not depend on my winning every round in my battle of life. It does depend on my acceptance of others on their own terms. God grant me that serenity. So, One Day at a Time in Al-Anon. That will run now for $4. It's a great little reader. Used to keep one in the bathroom. Not this one. This is my extra copy. So fear not. This is not a bathroom edition. Okay, let's see what else we have. Serenity, a companion to 12-step recovery, complete with New Testament, Psalms, and Proverbs. So if you're a Christian who is also in recovery, this may be for you. This is this basically takes the Bible and pulls out parts that would help with recovery. So not everybody's cup of tea, but someone's cup of tea. $3, 10 seconds running now. All right. Let's go next. Let's see what we have. Oh, here's another One Day at a Time in Al-Anon. This one's Courage to Change. So this is like their second One Day at a Time. So, yeah. Oh, and it also has my bookmark. My bookmark says, today I begin again. Today I begin again, Lord, by giving thanks to you. Today I'll remember, Lord, that you're with me in all I do. Today I will deal with the present, not the future, not the past. Today I will tackle one thing at a time, one problem, one challenge, one task. Today I will be kind and generous toward everyone I meet. Today I will have faith, let go of worry, and just be. All right, so Courage to Change, which is the second edition, a different bunch of One Day at a Time. So 365 days of different thoughts and reflections. Okay, and then I have volume 1, 2, and 3 of the Forum, which is Al-Anon's publication. This is four editions of Al-Anon's Forum favorites. This is from their publication. I think the AA one is Grapevine. The Al-Anon one is Forum. So I'll run these 3 Forum favorites, volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3 of Forum favorites now. These are great little anecdotes in here. You'll love it. Thank you so much. That's coming to you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. What else do we have? All right. This is the 3rd edition big book. I don't know if you want to collect all of the big books. This is the 3rd edition, originally published in, this 3rd edition was 1976. And this printing is probably, this is 1976. This one doesn't have any signatures or anything, but yeah. So if you've got one big book, you don't need the rest, but we like to collect extra big books. So we have a 3rd edition as well. We have multiple copies. So this is one of our multiple copies of the 3rd edition of the big book. So not that you can see any, there's no pictures. There's sadly no pictures. Thank you so much. That's coming to you. All right. Put that in there. Boopity boop. Okay, what else do we have? This one is Hope for Today. This is another sort of One Day at a Time, but for Al-Anon. This one's called Hope for Today. So again, similar to One Day at a Time, but this one is the Hope for Today one. All right, and then this one has some dust. It's been sitting on our shelves for a while. This one is 24 hours a day for teens. This one is by Hazelden. It's not a World Service Organization one. This one is really good for teens in general, but it's meant to be for teens in AA or in threat of becoming part of AA. So it is very specific, but it talks more in teen language than the AA books do. So it's a little bit more, it does have God in it a lot, God, because it is from Hazelden, and they do subscribe to more of the God than they do the, okay, Alateen. I got an Alateen. Living Today in Alateen. We got an extra one of that. Charlie, Treasures Books, how are you? How are things in your world? This one is from 2001. Approved by the World Service Conference, Al-Anon Family Groups. So this is for Alateen. Ooh, and there's a bookmark, Serenity Prayer bookmarks in here. So it's very much written. I'm glad you're great. How are you handling this this heat? Oh yes, I have a couple more big books here. Let me grab them. I shall grab those next. All right, Alateen. This one's running now for 10 seconds. Living today in Alateen. This is for teens whose family members are alcoholics, not for teens who are alcoholics. This is this is Al-Anon. No worries. You're welcome. All right. Yes, I have another 4th edition big book. This one doesn't have any signatures on it. Wait, it's upside down. Hang on. Oh, it does. Somebody's telephone number. I'm not going to show it, but you can see that there's writing there. Says, see you in the circle. There's a lot of dust. It has been bent right there, but that can just be fixed back. Also, the jacket is on upside down, but that doesn't matter. Medium, and I'll run that one. Another big book is running now. It's very cool. Thank you so much. Thank you. That one's coming to you. I'm sure you'll be able to give that to somebody who needs it at just the right time. So that's awesome. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Adult Children of Alcoholics, expanded edition from the dust. You tell that we've had it on our shelf for a while. 1983 from Health Communications Inc. So not World Service approved, but great information for adult children of alcoholics. New York Times bestseller. Adult children of alcoholics guess at what normal behavior is. They have difficulty following a project through from beginning to end. Oh yeah. Let's see, what else do we have here? Just for today, revised edition, daily meditations for recovering addicts. This is from NA as opposed to AA. So this is the daily reader for NA. I will run that now. This is the Narcotics Anonymous daily reader. So usually slightly different, but pretty much the same theme. Thank you so much. Thank you. When I go to thrift stores, you don't often find them in thrift stores because most thrift stores save them and give them away to local homes and that. What do I have here? Oh, we're so happy. Oh gosh. Okay. I already have an extra copy of this. This is the thank you. I did speak at an Al-Anon conference with my daughter. And I don't know if I spoke very well or not. Anyways, they gave me this book, but I already had another copy, so it's okay. This is my extra. This is Many Voices, One Journey, Al-Anon Family Groups, and this kind of explains the history of Al-Anon Family Groups up to 2010. Al-Anon Family Groups was actually started by the wife of one of the founders of AA, for those who don't know. For those in the room who don't know. And there's a great Bill and Lois. There's a great movie called Bill and Lois. I can't remember who played. Ooh, Winona Ryder played Lois in the movie. Winona Ryder. Al-Anon Family Groups, formerly called Living with an Alcoholic. This is a really old copy from the Lakefield Grateful Group. This one is from 1987. The publication was 1987. So this is about, is Al-Anon for you, Al-Anon in the family, Al-Anon groups, etc., etc. So this one can go under medium for and running now. Eventually, running now. There we go. There we go. All right, and that's it for big books. I might have more downstairs, but I don't have any more with me today. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ethan! Hi, Ethan, honey. How are you doing? I hope you're having a fabulous day. I love Ethan. I love all the kids. Al-Anon Faces Alcoholism, 2nd edition. This one was published in 1984 as well. 1980s. So this is all little stories. Basically different, like it's all different stories. So kind of like the big book, but we don't have a proper big book. Ethan is good. Awesome. I'm glad you're good, Ethan. I am so glad you're good. It does have a little bit of boo-boo there, but that's easy. Tape will fix that. Tape will fix it. Thank you so much. It's not the outside that's as important as the inside. Thank you, thank you. All right, and then I just have one more book here. And I don't know what's, somebody spilled something on it. This is How Al-Anon Works for Families and Friends of Alcoholics. Let's look at 9 doll hairs. 9 doll hairs, and that's just a piece of this. Oh, there's another Serenity prayer. You can tell what bookmarks I use. 2008. How Al-Anon Works for Families and Friends of Alcoholics. $4. Running now. And that's the last book. Yes, of course, I shall bundle for you. Absolutely. You let me know. I'll grab a bunch, and you can let me know which ones that you're interested in, and then we'll bundle. So hang on. Put that there. Okay, so we have hope for today, Al-Anon family groups. You can just say why, or just say why if you're interested, and I'll put it aside. Otherwise, I will skip. All right, add that one to the pile. We're just going to make a big pile. Oh, there's this one. Al-Anon, it's coming apart. Al-Anon favorite forum editorials from, I forgot about this one. It's out of print. This was from the Norwood and District Al-Anon that no longer exists. 1970. Okie dokie. Let's see what else we have here. I'll throw in an Al-Anon Faces Alcoholism from 2012 when I went to a meeting in 2012. My first meeting was in 2012. Serenity, this one's the Bible one. I assume an N, but let me know if you do want this one. Hi, King Margaret. What? Margot? Hi, King Margot. I love that name. Do you want me to add this one? Okay. You never know. There might be somebody where you are that could use it. This is the One Day at a Time for Al-Anon. Okay, and then we've got The Joy of Being Sober, a book for recovering alcoholics and those who love them. Not World Service approved. Just yep. Sure. And what else do we have? Adult Children of Alcoholics. No. Let's see. Oh, we're over 4 pounds. So I have to do that one bundle first, and then we can do a second bundle. So hang on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We're gonna do it for 10. How about that? It's 4 pounds, so it's gonna go under extra large pin. And we're gonna do that for 10 doll hairs for this first bundle. Ooh, good golly, Miss Molly. There we go. First bundle, running now. That's coming to you. Thank you so much. I'm just going to pull that off and stick that in somewhere. There. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. And then we're going to do the second bundle. Let's see if there's anything you want in the second bundle. 24 hours a day for teens who are alcoholics. Okay. This one is Living Today in Alateen for youth teens. The youngest we put the youngest in around 11. No. Okay. Adult Children of Alcoholics. And Many Voices, One Journey, Al-Anon Family Groups. This one, let me see if I remember what this one's about. Yes to this one. Okay. So we got a small bundle here. And that can go under medium, pin. And what's the coupon minimum? $5? So we'll do it at the coupon minimum at $5, I think. If that doesn't work to get the coupon to activate, let me know. Running now. I think it's $5 is one of the coupons. Doo-doo. Awesome. Thank you so much. That's coming to you as well. And that's it for them. That's it. We went through the whole box. That's awesome. You're getting a big box. Just wait. Warn Mom, she's going to have to bend with and lift with the knees. Oh, no, thank you. And I might have some more. I just have to check and see if we've got another section of the library that my husband moved, that there's any books. Because I went through and said, do you want this one? Do you want this one? Do you want this one? All right. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Folks who are in the room, would you like to do another box of books, or would you like to look at some ephemera? You let me know. Books or ephemera, your choice. You let me know. I'm going to put this down somewhere. Find a spot to put this down. There we go. Okay. Books, Dragoda. Okay. Books it shall be. Asking ye shall receive. Ooh. Jumping Jehoshaphat's. Okay, this will be our last box for tonight, because I can feel my voice getting really hoarse. A horse is a horse, of course, but I can feel my voice getting hoarse. So, let's see what we've got in here. Ooh, what a mix. Okay, here we go. Idols of the King by Tennyson. Ooh, I like the cover. I love the green color. And I love, can you see? I love old paper. The works of Alfred Lord Tennyson. There's Guinevere. And, careful. 1894. Idylls of the King. Not Idols, Idylls of the King. In 12 books. Complete edition of the Idylls of the King was first published 1889, reprinted 1881. Wait, I can't. Yeah, 1889, reprinted 1891, 1890, 1894, and this particular one is 1894. So Alfred Lord Tennyson, 1894, Idylls of the King, from the complete works of Alfred Lord Tennyson. Okay, medium, 1894. We'll run that one now for $4 hairs. That is running now. 1894, Idylls of the King by Alfred Lord Tennyson. Thank you so much. Ooh, what's in there? Oh, somebody wrote a note. That's convenient. I can use that as my bookmark to hold that. Perfect. Thank you so much. That's coming to you as well. reach over. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Ontario Public School Grammar, 10 cents. My dad talked about how he used to have to pay for his books. This was Cora Britt's book in 1911. This was her school book in 1911. Good old Cora. Look how neatly she wrote too. Holland Linen Writing Paper Company, 1901. And Cora got this in 1911. So it does have staining in it. You never know, your mom might want something. You never know. Hey PB&J, how are you? So printed in 1901. Cora Britt had this in 1911, and now it could be yours. It cost 10 cents back then in 1901. Could you imagine? How much would that be now? Now I have to find out. Too bad it can't listen to me. How much? 10 cents in 1901 today. CAD. All right, let's see what Lord. Thank you. I look hot and sweaty. I just need to sweat more. Jeff. $3.50. Oh, so not bad at all. $3.50 in today's money. The same purchasing power of $3.50. Definitely school books cost way more than that now. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Camp X. So Camp X was it was Canada's actual secret spy camp that was on the shores of Whitby, Ontario. Actually, if you go to the end of, basically, if you go to Oshawa and type in Camp X Memorial, there's no buildings left there, but it was actually a spy training facility on the shores of Lake Ontario. They could teach about, swimming and getting in and out and climbing up cliffs and all kinds of stuff. So this is a teen book about Camp X, written by a Canadian author, Eric Walters, but a lot of people don't even realize that there was an actual spy camp training Canadian and American and British spies right in, like, basically Whitby, Oshawa border. What it used to all be called Whitby, and it was on the Whitby, Oshawa border now. So it's 1943, and a nearly 12-year-old George and his older brother Jack are spending a restless wartime summer in Whitby, Ontario. Their mom works at the local munitions factory. There were multiple ones. There were a few in Oshawa, but there was the one in Ajax. While their dad is off fighting the Germans in Europe. One afternoon, during a game of make-believe war, the boys stumble across what looks like a military base and find themselves being escorted home and ordered to stay away. But the boys' curiosity gets in the better of them. They are soon swept into the mystery and intrigue of Camp X, a real thing, Canada's top secret spy camp. Now, if you've ever been through Oshawa, and there is an exit that is Stevenson Road. That exit is named after the head, Stevenson, of this camp, Camp X. All right, now that your history lesson is done, let's run this small book for $2. Camp X, running now. It's a youth book. It is pretty cool. I liked reading it. I don't care what age it's meant for. It's very cool. I love history. Thank you so much. That one's coming to you. I love books. I love books so much. They're my favorite thing. When I was a kid, that's all I did. Books all day long. Yeah, hey Melody. Yes, go. I'll be on for a bit, my love. I have this box to go through, so probably by the time you get back, I'll still be on. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh my God. Children's Guide to Knowledge. Oh, this looks like it would have awesome pictures in it. Oh, let's see how much it weighs. It's a hefty. It's a hefty boy. All right, this is a hefty one. Children's Guide to Knowledge. Look at the pictures on this. Let's see what year this is. Look at the inside cover. Shut the front door. Oh my God, it's pretty. 1963 Home Library Press. Look, look, look at these. Look at these pictures in here. Oh my goodness. These pictures are amazing. The whole thing is illustrated for kids. Now, is some of the information going to be dated? Abso-freaking-lutely. Is some of it not going to be dated? Abso-freaking-lutely. That is going to run now as an extra large book. I'm going to run this one for $3 hairs because it's pretty cool. Ethan likes is pretty cool. Ethan will love this. Like, look at the pictures in this. Ethan, you're gonna love it. Ethan is gonna get that book. It's great. It's perfect. You can sit there and read and take one page at a time. And all those cool illustrations. And then once you're done with it, Ethan, you can sell it and make money. Metalwares, including silver, aluminum, brass, chrome, copper, pewter, and more. Antique Trader Price Guide. Now ignore the price guide part because the prices, the minute something is published, the prices are wrong anyways. This is from 2003. But this is the most comprehensive collectible metalwares price guide has been completely revised. Every major type of collectible metal is covered, including silver, aluminum, brass, chrome, copper, pewter, tin, and tool, whatever the fork that is. Each category includes details, entries highlighted by photographs, more than 4,000 entries, more than 1,000 photographs, and a 16-page color section. Oh, give me the color section. And there's a 16-page color section. So if you're into collecting metal, brass, all that, this is not, forget about the price list. Forget about that. It's going to teach you about all the different kinds of antiques. And this is going to be medium. And we're going to run that now. Welcome in, everybody. We're going through a box of books to see what is in here. What else do we have? Collectible collections. I'm going to see if there's non-collectible stuff. Oh, good Lord. Life. How did we get here? By evolution or by creation? Ooh, that's so cool. Those books are amazing. I love those price guides. Okay, who wrote this one? Oh God, The Watchtower. That's the people come to your door. What are they called? Oh my gosh. Not Latter-day Saints. Anyways, the Watchtower people. So this is the first edition. The first 2 million copies, first edition. So it's a first edition, but not a collectible first edition. Thank you, Crystal. Jehovah's Witness. This is the first 2 million copies. This is 1 in 2 million. But I have to say, whether you agree or not with the information contained therein, and you know what, that's up to you to decide. The pictures are pretty freaking cool. And what is their determination? What did they decide? Each according to its own kind. There are no links between the major divisions of life. Okay, so this does not follow science. Based on just teeth and parts of jaw bones, called the first human further evidence shows it was not. Okay, so this is this doesn't, if this is your thing, that is fine. This is not agreeing that this is anti-evolutionist. This is creationist. Definitely creationist. Jehovah's Witness. Channel push timeout. Great. Let's try again. Is it going to channel push timeout me again? Yes, it is. All right. Running that now. Got to touch and run everything I hold. There we go. The pictures are good though. I really like the pictures. I do not agree with the content, but that's just me. I don't agree with the content. Oh my gosh, there's two of these. Two of these not Stephen Leacock. I don't think it's Stephen Leacock. It is Stephen Leacock. What? Canada, the foundations of its futures. There's two of these in their jacket, literal jacket. Look how pretty that. It's in our coat of arms. Pretty. We have a pretty, very pretty coat of arms. And this says, "Please accept with our compliments this copy of Canada's yada yada yada. May we call your attention to the preface written by Mr. Samuel Bronfman, President of the House of Seagram. It is a service to thinking Canadians that we send you this copy of the private and limited edition of A Great History of a Great Country by a Great Writer, the House of Seagram." So this was gifted from the House of Seagram. Booze. And this was published, privately printed in Montreal, Canada, MCM XLI, 1951. Printed in 1951. A private limited edition, copyright, all rights reserved. Yes, of course, absolutely. Yeah, I can bring it back another day for sure. So this is, as you can see, there's two of these anyways. So I'll run one and I'll save the other. So this is a private limited edition. I don't know how many copies they made. 1951. And let's just see if the other one is the same. How much does it weigh anyways? We'll find out. 3 pounds of Hunka Hunka Burnin' Love. Okay, and then does this one's covers a little bit more janky. This is the one that I will run. Foundations of its future. This one doesn't have the note. This one lacks a note. So again, also private limited edition copy. To all of all the natural resources of Canada, the greatest is its people, to whom this volume is respectfully dedicated by the House of Seagram. Wow, I love that. Okay, so limited edition. I will find out more information about it. It is going to be 2 to 3. Yes, right here. All right, and we're going to run that for $4. Running now, if it'll let me. Yes, it let me. Yay! This one is running now. 1951, limited edition from the House of Seagram, History of Canada by Stephen Leacock, of all people. I love Stephen Leacock. All right, I'm going to put that to the side with the other one. And then let's see what else we have in here. All right. Price guide. Youth with a Mission Songbook, The Singing World. Ooh, Karen Pascal owned this. She lived in Westmount, Quebec. And look, the pictures in here are awesome. Bethany Fellowship Inc., Manifest Music, Sunland, California, 1974. And I want to call your attention to the pictures. The awesome graphics. Look at that. The awesome graphics from 1974 in this. Ooh, and there's even a picture. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see if I can find a song that I know. Is there a song that I know? There's Psalms. I don't want to sing the Psalms. I don't know how to sing the Psalms. Numbers, Psalm. Ooh, look at her headscarf. Gotta love the 70s. Praise him, break forth unto joy, lift Jesus higher, the truth, the way, the truth, ooh, what's this one? You are the light of the world, let your light shine before men. The way, the truth, and the life. Oh my goodness. None of these songs can I sing. Yes, the Psalms are like little poems, basically. Some of them are kind of racy. Some poems, some of those songs are fairly racy. That is running now. 1974, I think I said. The Singing Word. Okay, what else do we have here? Assembly songs. Ooh, more songs. I like songs. Full Gospel Tabernacle in Frankfurt, Ontario. Published, printed in round notes only. I don't know what that means. But yes, definitely printed in round notes only. Okay. Assembly songs. I don't know the year. That's running now. Definitely music. Definitely something to do with music. Printed in round notes only. Huh. I don't know. I can't remember that from school. Ooh. Okay. Now, this does have some damage to the cover right here. And then back here. But this is Flint and Feather by Pauline Johnson. And the inside does have damage as well. It's not current damage. Let's see. Oh, it's too bad. It makes me sad. 8th edition. 1922. 1922. She wrote poetry, and she lived amongst the indigenous people and learned from them, and then wrote poetry. And Pauline Johnson was white, but she learned a lot and tried to teach the rest of us about the indigenous people through her poetry. And she would do presentations and try to explain the humanity and get people to understand the humanity of the indigenous people. Unfortunately, she didn't get through. Oh, here's a new Flint and Feather, The Life and Times of Pauline Johnson. This is a biography about her from the author of the award-winning Sisters in the Wilderness. This is an elegant biography. And this actually shows all the places where she moved to. She lived in all parts of southern Canada. I don't think she went up north. No, she did not. Okay, so there's pictures and everything of Pauline Johnson. So if you want to learn about a Canadian author and activist, this is running now. Flint and Feather. She actually had a Indigenous name that was given to her. And this is Edwin Drood and Christmas Stories from Dickens. Let's see how old this is. The Mystery of Edwin Drood. So a lot of people don't realize that Dickens, the way that he wrote, he made money by writing serial stories. So every chapter was in a weekly newspaper publication. And so he made money by continuing to drag out the story. So that is why a lot of Dickens novels, afterwards they put them together as novels, the whole thing, but they were actually written as like a serial drama that you would buy the newspapers on Saturday or whatever, so that you could get the next chapter of his book. So he often, especially when he was in need of money, would drag out a book for quite a long time. This one it doesn't have a date on it, but look at the illustrations. Oh my gosh. And then there are a bunch of Christmas stories as well. The Mystery of Edwin Drood, and then there's reprinted pieces. He would also do short stories in newspaper publications, again, to feed himself. And this is actually quite a lovely copy. I'm going to look in the back to see if maybe there's a date in the back. The paper is so super thin. I'm worried about messing it. No. This does not have a date on it, so it's probably turn of the century or earlier. This is going to be a medium book, and we'll run that one now. This, and then the rest of the books in this box are collector books, like about collecting. So we'll start with this one, the heaviest, it looks like. Well, maybe not. I'm wrong. One of them isn't about collecting. Let's just see. That one's 3.5. That's 7. No, that one's over 4 pounds. Okay. The 4 over 4 pounds one, I'll skip. Care and Repair of Everyday Treasures by Judith Miller. So if you are a collector and you want to know, how do I clean glass? How do I clean old textiles? How do I clean and repair problems on furniture? Or how do I take care of china pieces? This is going to explain everything. The Care and Repair of Everyday Treasures. It's going to be an extra large book. Judith Miller. Judith Miller wrote a lot of collector books, and she was a expert in just about everything. And so all that knowledge she put together to teach you how to repair and maintain. Okay, and then we have Warman's Advertising of an identification guide. Forget about the value part. It's an identification guide to advertising pieces, and we're going to run that for $2. So all the advertising pieces, which are very popular now, people love to collect things that are old tins and signs and etc. Made in Japan, a collector's guide to Made in Japan ceramics. This is book number 3. Probably if we skip through this, we're probably going to see some stuff that I've sold on here. I sell a lot of Made in Japan. This one is also a medium. Yes. And we will run that one now. And these collector books that don't sell are going into my booth, because I'm low on collector books in my booth. And now I thought I didn't have any, but I do. They were all in this box. McCoy pottery. I love McCoy pottery so much. I think there's so many pretty designs in McCoy pottery. This is just over the limit, so it's going to have to go into large. Running that now. McCoy pottery collector's guide. It's the real McCoy. It's a U.S. pottery manufacturer. McCoy. Okay, and then we have Units Canadian Price Guide for Antiques and Collectibles. This is issue number 10, which was published in 1983. But forget about the prices. You're looking at the identification of items. That's what it's about. And this is a great starter if you're going to start collecting antiques, to have a book like this on hand. There's so much information in these. And then we have, we'll grab this one first. These two first. Okay. All right. Chintz. Chintz has become very popular and very collectible. This is the Charlton Standard Catalog of chintz. So there's like Stoke-on-Trent Grim weights. This is what it would look like before they added the chintz, and then wait for the chintz. Wait for the chintz to just come and get you. I love chintz. It's just floral flowers just throwing up all over the place. I love it. And there are so many different patterns. You may recognize some of them, and you may not recognize some of them, but you can identify your chintz pattern by this book. Running that one now. Chintz is running now, and then we've got 2 more books, and then we're done for today. The next one is Collecting Doulton Animals, Royal Doulton Animals. Again, this has all the information you're ever going to need about the different types of Royal Doulton animals, when they came out, when they were reissued, also the identification marks to find on the back to figure out which one is when yours was made. Look at some of these cute animals. Royal Doulton just had, they had so much talent in that place. I love this one here. Okay, and last but not least, Art and Antiques, featuring an appreciation of art and antiques by City and Country Home, featuring 28 historical period styles from the pages of period. So this is Art and Antiques, 28 pages, 28 historical period styles. And we can run that under small. This is the last one for today. If there's anything you saw that you want me to rerun, let me know now. Otherwise, we're going to raid into someone and bless them. And let's see. If you can type and tell me if you want me to rerun something. I'm happy to find it. Vintage Finds by Lisa. Sassy's doing a community show. Eastern Resales. We'll go into Vintiquity. She's also doing vintage decor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your purchases. I love you guys. Have an awesome day. I will see you tomorrow morning for, it's Thursday, so more unboxing. I'll have at least 4 boxes, if not more, to go through. Let's, ooh, old bottles. All right, let's go see old bottles with vintage.